Good evening. Back Tuesday. What time is it now? It should be bang at 9 o'clock. Always been good with time, you know. Something my dad taught me. Never let people down with time. Always be there. Hope everyone's okay. I've been on for a couple of days. I've scheduled a few videos and whatnot. They went out alright. Been very hot where we were. Jeez, it was so hot in Portugal. 37 degrees. I mean, that was crazy for Europe, really. Leslie, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Yeah, thanks, Leslie. It was very warm, though. Had a few days away, wasn't it? Hi, Paul. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Had a few days off. Baking hot in Portugal. So hot. It was good, though. Better value for money than here, I think. You know, for food and stuff. I drank this non-alcoholic lager called Super Bock. Free stuff was nice. It was canny. Bock 0%. I don't know if you can get it here. But it was quite a good drink. It wasn't as good as a Guinness. But it was quite nice. Frank, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Everything alright? Paul, how are you doing? Hi everyone at home as well in your world. Good. I haven't been on since Thursday, so it's quite a long time, isn't it? Must be loads to catch up on. Who's been good, who's been bad, and who has been indifferent. It's good to see 19 people already in here. I would like to keep this going forever because I think it's good. It's good for people. It's a good platform where no one's going to get judged. I might take, because I've had a little bit of a break, I might take a few days to gather momentum again. And I just think it's a good platform for people to talk about things because really the alcohol issue goes on forever, doesn't it? It never leaves you if you had a problem. I did a little video tonight about alcohol dependency and how quick you slip into it. Basically, it doesn't take long. It's just like I think in my 20s maybe I hit it. You know, dependency as in not so much physically, but habit. You know what I mean? It becomes, like I said before, habit then addiction. When it's an addiction, then you're pretty much knackered, aren't you? But you'll all know when you became dependent or when the crossover was. Dan, how you doing? Yes, thanks, Dan. Had a few days ago. We enjoyed it. It was nice. Verdi, how you doing? Nice everybody back. Do you think we should have probation like the men? No, I don't think that would work, Teddy. To be honest, I don't know what the answer is really. None of us do. That's what we're trying to debate. But we've got to look after each other, look after ourselves, you know. Paul, I was an alcoholic that chooses not to drink. That's a good point. An alcoholic that chooses not to drink. That's very good. Scooter, how are you doing? Nice to see you. One of the moderators on straight away. Tell me what MP. What MP? I can't remember now. I know Charles Kennedy died of alcoholism, but I don't know what the other MP was called. Walking, Hadrian's walk for a week. Well, that's a big hell of a walk, isn't it? Fantastic. Is it like a sponsored walk? Simon. Oh, thanks, Scott. Glad to see you well. So there's 30 people on, so people haven't forgotten about this. That's good. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. No, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's only 4 days missed. Timmy Churchill. Oh, that's right. Yeah, was he not a military guy? Teddy, Mark, Charles. Yeah, Charles Kennedy went and drunk. Did he go on question? No, I didn't realise. I thought he was a bit of a secret drinker, Kennedy, because I remember he turned up at the Liberal conference a few times when he was out of his head, but it didn't really show. And then one morning he just didn't turn up. We've all done that, haven't we? Then you know, sort of bigger, larger quantity, something. But yeah, it's a terrible thing. Churchill, like all sorts, the pros. Yeah. Antonio, how you doing? Yeah, there's a lot of it doesn't discriminate, does it? You know, I've got a few questions coming since I've been away. Basically about what's the difference between binge drinking and alcoholism. This is why I did this video about being dependent. When you're dependent, your whole being is just alcohol, isn't it? You can't function without it. You can, but you don't feel well. You feel uneasy about life. I think that's the thing. Churchill also, Tim, how you doing? Nice to see you. Do you still get strong cravings? Not really, Tim. No. That's what I was thinking about. And the only thing I missed a little bit is what I thought was relaxing and maybe dropping off to sleep. But I've got too much to lose, and I've got a good life now. You know what I mean? The last 20 years, I've only drank 5, and it nearly killed me. So I can't go back on it. I'll die. I don't want to die. I've got such a good life, you know. You've got to think about that for yourselves. What are you going to gain from it? And I've got this WhatsApp groups going well now. I've got a few people on there. I'll put the number in here. Just people can talk in there all the time, 24 hours a day. And certain people will have issues, and, you know, it's like nobody's safe from this, if that makes sense, because people can be off it for a long, long time. And it's like it just catches up with you so quickly. It's like immediate, you know what I mean? I know I keep saying you know what I mean. I know you know what I mean, don't you? But it doesn't take long before you're back on it. A couple of guys I know in the pub, my local pub, had been offered for January, so dry January. Went back on it, really ill, you know, really ill. It's incredible. Scooter above, it's a beautiful sober day, it's fantastic scooter. Cravings subside eventually and turn into distant. Yeah, they do. Poison. PLC is 8 beers, no hangovers and alcohol. Okay. Yeah, total poison, isn't it? Yeah. Kaiser says 3 drinks in a setting is a binge. Yeah, maybe. Binge drinking for me was my days off. I used to go get hammered, and I'd have more sort of. I suppose I think we've got more recovery time. Does that make sense? So we're hammered a bit. Well, it's like bank holidays, isn't it? So people hit it on a bank holiday because they think, well, I've got a bit more recovery time. It's just an excuse to drink, wasn't it? What's the support like from your former workmates? Very good, actually, Steve Jones. Very good. There's a lot of guys I knew who used to drink too much. There's people in all sorts of careers drink too much. Neil, good evening. Hi, Jonathan. Good evening, everybody. You know, most people drink too much, especially in the UK. Samantha, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Hope you're well. It's been quite a nice temperature in Portugal. Really warm. Fish was good as well. A lot of nice fish restaurants over there. Everybody goes over there, down the Algarve. But watch out for the price because it'll be a bit nasty, especially the fresh fish. PLC, how many beers a day were you at during the peak? Everybody is your inspiration. Thanks, PLC. How many beers was I drinking? 2025, but that was when I was younger and fitter. But in the end, when I was ill with it, I was only drinking a few because it was just a question of keeping everything stable. If that makes sense. But I would say 2025 was easy in a session. But I mean by a session is all day. I don't mean between 3 and 6. I mean, you know, go at 11 o'clock in the morning and still be out at midnight or whatever. That could easily do 2025, probably more than that in the summer. A few of us could do that. There's nothing to be proud of. It cost a bloody fortune. Huh? Let's go after 10 years. Pub crawl celebrations. Just watch some madness. It's true, yeah. Scooter's the same as me, gets no cravings. You know, if you're popping into a pub and it's really busy, or even a busy restaurant, you don't feel, someone can feel a bit uneasy, you know. Especially these Wetherspoons places. I go in many lunchtimes in certain areas around the northeast and things. There's some strange characters, and I was maybe one of them because if you're not in the drinking mode, you don't feel as if you fit in. If that makes sense, you don't have one or two and then disappear because you're not really into talking nonsense. I could just drink 30 beers, a fifth and a whiskey on Saturday. Yeah, it's a school. Bob was a 7 million large amounts, 30 beers. A hell of a lot, isn't it? Rains Bunyan, my poor aunt who died in 2018. She had an operation for pancreatitis. Pancreatitis is a big killer, you know. After years of alcohol abuse, doctors advised her to quit drinking after the operation, and she went back on the wine. That's the power of addiction, you see. That's what we're going to try and fight, and not relapse. Tom, Ashton, nice to see you. Anne, hello Anne, how you doing? Antonio, I crave sugar badly. I had this conversation with a pal the other day. I tend to like a little bit like chocolate, but I don't crave it during the day. It's at night time. That probably goes with the habit of drinking at night as well. You know, from years ago. People say, when you say you drink something that's 25 a day, I drink 8 here in Czechoslovakia. It's cheap, quality, and so available. I really need someone to tell me that I have a problem. Well, PLC, if you go into the description on the videos, and I'll do one-to-one with you, we'll have a chat about it. Everyone's individual with this, on it. We all have different levels of alcohol consumption and problems with it. Excellent TV, hello there, how are you doing? It still bothers me because she would like still be alive now. She quit drinking. That's the thing. Alcohol addiction can be selfish. It's a selfish disease. Yeah, she would be alive, but the power of addiction can override the health issues that you're aware of, you know. Let's go up. Perhaps you have a problem when you admit it. Yeah, you've got to admit it. It's hard for people to admit it at first, isn't it? Catherine Thompson needs help. She asked for your help. She was drunk last night. Catherine, okay, well, is she on here? I think it's the same Catherine. There's a few Catherines running around. Anyway, there's 30 people on 10 minutes. It's really good. As I said before, there's no adverts on these. So the coffee link is at the top. And if you are enjoying these and they're helping you these lives, which I hope they are, then, you know, maybe drop a super thanks in. Doesn't matter how much it is. It all helps the channel to keep moving along, as it were, keep current. I knew I was not out of fear. I did as well, Scott. Didn't tell. I found it at a young age. Hi, Samara. Good evening to you and the mods and rockers. Bertie's on, isn't he? Who else is on? There's quite a few regulars already, 36. But we missed 4 nights, so it's not too bad. Subs back. He's got a lot of experience. We all got different experiences with this, and that's why we make such a strong group. And so we have a strong week as well. The Fox keeps strong out there. Take care. Thanks, Fox. Where are you from, Fox? It's not Leicester, is it? I know they call the Leicester football team Foxes. Yeah, so the quick question was, what is the difference between alcohol addiction and binge drinking? It can start from binge drinking. This is a good question for you all here. This is a question that was brought up by a very, very good friend of mine, very clever woman. Can you become an addict at any age? If somebody just started drinking heavily at 50? Because I always thought that alcoholism would start when you were younger. So can you become an addict at any age? So just saying you've been a very light drinker, even sober till you're 50. Could you get on it and then become addicted in that shorter space of time? If that makes sense. Excellent TV. She left a comment on your 30 alcohol withdrawal video, and I proceeded to leave about 6 months. I might have seen I've been away. Actually, I'll get onto it. So I'll get onto it. It's time for all of you drunks to get your shit together. True. I was a Pulse of West Midlands, moved to Spain. We're in Spain here. A lot of alcohol problems in Spain. Hell of a lot, isn't it? Yeah, I've got good experience in the wrong things too. I agree. So have I. Made a good team, wouldn't we? Can you imagine? Dirty bastard. Not much, but it's to start. Been off it 4 days. Well, that's good. 4 days is magnificent, isn't it? Have a great day, people. You can do. Of course we can. We can all do it. We've got 34 people in 14 minutes. We need to get more than that. We're 35 now. Thanks for the coffee, James. Yeah, if you want to, there's no adverts, and if you want to drop a coffee in, please do. Or if you benefit from the videos and it's helping you, the videos and the live, sorry, and please feel free to drop a super thanks, super chat, sorry. Dan, you smile naturally when you become sober rather than painting it on. That's a good point. You become happier. I don't think you ever see a really happy alcoholic or a happy drunk. They always get into bother, don't they, in some way. Derek. Hi, Derek. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, glad you enjoyed the bit. I'm not doing good. Got to try and keep focused. Derek needs a bit of help here. If anyone's got any advice on here. I said the WhatsApp group's going quite well. It's a good place to chat and interact at as well, because it's not sort of confined to this sort of time, 9 to 10 or 9 to half 10 or whatever. It's there all the time, isn't it? If you have a drink problem and ask for help, like Catherine, and we need to help her. We do, yeah. I haven't seen the comment, but we'll see if we can get back to her. Frank, I was never so happy since giving up the drinking. Yeah, it's a total curse. It ruins so many lives, doesn't it? So many lives, because it's the biggest, must be the biggest preventable killer, and it's very, very much sidelined by the doctors, I think. Here, to be fair, I only had a few days in Portugal. There's no drunks there. There's no drunks in Italy. There's no drunks in Greece. We went there. There's not many drunks. There will be pockets of areas, but not like this country. Tomorrow, I hope Catherine pops up, and so do I. Okay, we'll get hold of her then. And to go back, I lasted for 14 days. Oh dear Lord, how I hate alcohol. So, when you relapsed, did you feel you've gone back straight on it? Because I think relapse, somebody mentioned the other day, it's like basically you miss the hangover part. You could be sober for 5 years, then you have a drink. You don't just get a hangover, you get massive anxiety, shakes and all that, and you go straight into withdrawal. That was a very good way of describing it, really. Straight into withdrawal. Not good, is it? 16 minutes, 36 people, that's good. You relapsed after 13 days. I mean, it was 8 years for me at one point. Wow, crazy, isn't it? How it gets you back. It grips you, and you know, like, you're straight honest and it's horrendous. I hope you're getting something out of these. Did you miss them over the weekend? That'd be interesting to get a few answers, like real answers. Don't just make it up. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, good. Cheers, Neil. That's good. Because I think it's good to have the regular thing. It keeps things moving along and keeps people motivated to be accountable. That makes sense. Because if you're not accountable, this is what happens with people on holiday. Thanks, Jonathan. Cheers, another person there. You did miss him. If you're not accountable to anybody, this is why people relapse on holiday. They just think, oh, there's nobody there. Thanks, Bertie. So you missed them. That's good. We'll keep doing them. Keep doing them. Keep dropping a couple of coffees in. You had super chat. We'll keep it going. Like I said, I wanted 100 people in to try and get a meeting somewhere, maybe in the new year. Okay, the next thing is, we're still talking about binging, won't we? Seem to go off the subject. Thanks, Leslie. I'm pleased you did. Thanks, Beef and Chicken. Nice to see you. Another moderator. The main difference between binge and alcoholism, I think, is binge drinking you can come on and off it, but I think it can still lead to alcoholism. So getting back to that question again, can you become an alcoholic at a later age? Are you start drinking when you're older? Is there enough time? I'm not sober 26 days. This channel has helped me. I'm pleased, Neil. Well done. You know, if we can save one person, we've done well, haven't we? As a group, incredible. Constant reminder of what I did myself. Yeah, that's what you need, a reminder of how bad it is. Then you get people coming on here and telling you, you know, how they've had to suffer and, you know, how bad it can be when you get to the bottom. You can't walk, you can't talk, you can't do anything. You can't be bothered with anybody, can you? Ian Fleming. Flyman, sorry. Good evening, how are you doing? Thanks, Frank, for that donation. That's really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. It keeps everything ticking over. Frank's good. We're all good people on here. Let's just say cheers to Frank. So what do you think is the main difference between binge and alcoholism? Thanks again, Frank. I appreciate it. Because as I said, my view is the binging, people can sort of top it a bit, you know. And say we'll have a load this weekend because it's bank holiday. And they'll cut down again. I observe it and I see. That makes sense. Whereas alcoholism, you just like on it all the time. I was just on it all the time. I didn't get any pleasure out of it. It was just because it was there. And I felt I need to have it to get out, to feel well, to eat, to function, all that sort of thing. What caused relapse after 9 years? Oh no, that's one for the sub. All sorts of things can cause relapse. It's horrendous. Thanks, Stephen, for endorsing that. Let's have a look what else somebody said. Yeah, the alcohol in the heart. A lot of people get strokes and heart attacks, when they drink too much because it raises the blood pressure so much. I stopped drinking from July 1st, 2015 until October 14th after 3 weeks of hard drinking. In Thailand in June 2015, I was rattled in a bed for 4 days. It's horrendous, isn't it? The things that happen to us when we're being on a drink. Shaking and nausea and sickness and feeling depressed, and the list goes on, doesn't it? It never stops. Cheers, Frank. I really appreciate that because a little donation here and there keeps everything moving along, keeps everything current. It helps me to do some more research and keep everything up to date. Really, it's a constantly changing thing. This, because new people come and have different stories and different issues and different problems. Yeah, the heart. A couple of guys I know are on blood pressure tablets because of the drink, and also they've had people have had strokes, all sorts of issues with the heart. It just knackers every part of your body, isn't it? There's no part of your body is safe. The problem is even with the lungs you can get from alcohol. It's so destructive on your body. It's actually incredible, isn't it? Alcohol's impact on sleep. We know about the sleep one, don't we? Drinking and driving. Anybody done for drinking and driving? Because I must admit, I did a bit of drinking and driving when I was very young. It seemed to be the done things, isn't it? Nobody seemed to bother you then. Drink and drive is horrendous. So I just want to thank you for all your effort and for helping us. Thanks, Auntie. That's no problem at all. We're going to build this up to a much stronger group, As strong as it is, not already. It's incredible how it's grown in a couple of weeks. If we keep the momentum going, it's good for people because, as I know, and maybe Samara and a few of you know, it's very easy to go from being sober to back on it. It takes one thing. It just takes one drink, doesn't it? One drink and then you're back in trouble again. There's no build up to it. As I said before, when you've been off for a while, off the booze, and you go back on it, it's not easy to describe how it feels when you've been off it. You think you can control it, and you go, rest yourself, yeah. That's good. Yeah, it was when I was very, very young. It's like pre-war. Extra TV got on the flight home, kept to Bangkok, Amsterdam, and the main flight steward was so concerned about rattling. I showed him I was okay. Yeah, horrendous, isn't it? People, I never got to some sort of fair somewhere, and I was terrible at it. And so the bloke, the attendant guy came and said, "Are you all right?" And I wasn't all right. I tried to go skiing once when I was drinking. They took me off the slopes. Fucking hell, man. The things that happen. But I left my antique collection estimated £50,000 with a trusted friend when I was at sea. He sold the lot and disappeared. Jesus Christ. That's not good, is it? That's a lot of money to lose, isn't it? We've all lost money through drinking. Somebody asked me to do a video the other day. There is an old one, but I'll do another one on how much money I lost or spent. It's not just the money you lose, it's the time you lose and the opportunities you lose, through your life. Maybe you should have invested some money, bought some property, all that sort of thing. But you don't because you're taking the booze too much. You're just basically on the drink, and you don't work well. One drink, it's all gone. Yeah, it's very true that one drink, it's all gone. Why is it so quick? Nobody's got an answer. Even the doctors don't. No, there's got call this kindling effect, but there's more to it than that. I'm sure there's more to it than that. I'm having my first night off it for about 10 days. I always struggle to sleep the first night. But okay, be careful if you've been on and off it. I mean, if you're aware of the symptoms, then fair enough, But like I said before, I came off it, had seizures, so it was horrendous. Son, I never did drink drive, and that's fair. If you're crossing someone, maybe they have their fair kids. Well, exactly, I agree. It's a terrible thing to do. Not good. 3 weeks drinking straight at 27. I'm 37 now. No way could I drink 3 weeks straight again. I'll be lucky to do 3 days. Yeah, as you get older, things change, don't they? Your body changes, your mindset. I mean, there's no way to drink and drive now, God. I don't drink, do I? But there was more common, is what I'm trying to say. 40 years ago, 50 years ago, it was much more common to drink and drive. And it's horrendous, really. It's now frowned upon by society, isn't it? As earlier, if you want to drop, there's no adverts on these, and I hope it's flowing quite well. If you want to drop a coffee in, please do. Or, if you feel free to drop a super chat donation, it keeps everything moving along nicely. Frank Foley, but he's only paper when you're drinking. But the next morning, I realised it was real money I worked for. Well, it lowers inhibitions, doesn't it? So you don't really care about how much you spend because you think you're having a good time. That's the fantasy versus reality thing, isn't it? The fantasy is you're going to have a wonderful time and enjoy it all, but the reality is it's absolutely horrendous, and it's going to kill you in the end. You have to get away from that, and this is what I'm trying to talk to people about. The relapse thing, you just have one. But you got to fast forward the tape. If you just have one, then you have two, then three, then four, and so it goes on. You know. Excellent. So that was the reason I started drinking again after 9 years. Yes, it's incredible, isn't it? All that time. You just think must be able to control it because we think we're cleverer than it. It's a strange drug, isn't it? Alcohol. I stopped drinking for a couple of 6 months stints over the years. Anxiety never improved. My anxiety was pretty good when I stopped, I have to say. It tended to disappear. I'm too scared to do anything, travel, etc., or meet someone sober. How long does it take for you to be calm? It took a few months to be calm, to be fair. You've got to try and push yourself, though. Once you pass the sort of withdrawal stage, you know, you don't have any serious problems, you've got to push yourself, you'll be all right. It's a mindset thing, you know. And well, 9 years, I was 8 as well, so just shows you how easily you can step back into it, really. My first day off at a day in a month, I have reduced for last 4 or 5 days. It's like I know how to stop it now, but can't control it starting again. Well, John, that's a good point. So John's saying there, you can come off it by tapering off, but can't control not starting again. What you got to think about, as I said, everybody is, how bad do you feel when you're on it, when you're coming off it, as it were, you know, when you're withdrawing, where you have hangovers, and how good you feel when you're sober. That's the thing, isn't it? You got to think about how so you feel, how good you feel, and how well you feel, and you don't want to go back to the feeling of being absolutely horrendous, you know. We talk about drink, don't we? What contain loss of legal use. Yeah, there's so many other things related to alcohol. You know, just the sort of social problems, the people who will go out and smash windows and start to fight and all this. And that's all in addition to your mental health and your physical health. But you've got to really look after number one. I wish I had done that years ago, but it's never too late to stop. You know, it doesn't matter what sort of state of health you are, because if you can pull it back a bit, your body will look after you. Your body will fight for you. It certainly won't do anything if you keep throwing poison down your neck, won't it? How did you come off the drink initially? Well, years ago, I came off with the help of diazepam, which you can't get now. Well, people still didn't get it, but I've never been able to get it. I wasn't able to get it in 2014 when I started drinking again. It was just like, no chance, you're not having it. You know, that was a thing for me. But I'd used it in the past, and it was good. Diazepam I was told was like alcohol in tablet form, you know. I found that I needed to stop thinking long-term sobriety and just go from years, go day to day. That's a good point. You've got to think about it every day you're sober is a good day, rather than thinking, well, I can't drink forever. Never, you know, that's the end of my life. Some people do think that, you know. They think, oh my God, my life's going to change so much. But it does, you get bored. But you've got to turn that around and think, well, at least I'm healthy. And turn the bored time into healthy habits. That's what you've got to try and do. I'm sure I was, John. Coming off is getting harder. The harder thing now is staying off it. Well, I've got an ebook out, Get Sober, Stay Sober. There's some hints in there as well. I do one-to-one mentoring as well. I'll get you off it. I'll get you off most people off it. It's just hearing the hard truth, really. Can't see place. No, I didn't take any other drugs. You take 7 days of diazepam to get you off it, to stop withdrawals. Not really a drug, it's like a drug that makes you high or anything. So diazepam. I think they'll give me Librium now. People give you Librium. See if you can get it in the hospital. It's hard to get it though. It's hard to get these benzos and things. And what they do is they'll wean you off it without any major symptoms. I don't know. It makes you really tired, but you can actually come off the booze, which is good, Smith's question is, how does it affect social isolation? Maybe. Well, if you're isolated, a lot of people who drink too much are very isolated, aren't they? A lot of single people are alcoholics. Because nobody wants to live with an alcoholic, do they? Some people will put up with it for a while and maybe support them, but not long term. Samara said, I went back on the drink for about a year after stopping for 9 years. And that 1 year, I nearly lost everything that I'd have achieved in 9 years off. Yeah, that's very true, that. You can build a lot of money on things, a lot of self-confidence, look great, get fit. 8 years, I didn't. It was ruined as soon as I took a drink. Like 2 months later, I was knackered again. If that makes sense. Means it needs to stop fit. Yeah, that's it, yeah. The diazepam is basically to try and stop you withdrawing, or trying to cushion the blow of withdrawal, That's the thing it does. It doesn't. X-Ray TV, thanks very much for that donation. Really appreciate it. Your question I want to ask free so chat. Thank you for that. €2 questions. That's amazing. Thank you very much, X-Ray TV. I don't know what that actually means. Your questions I want to ask free so chat. Thank you very much. Well done. I used to stop cold turkey a few years ago. It was absolutely terrible. Well, that's what I tried to do. And I had seizures. I just couldn't cope with it. My body wouldn't cope with it. Everyone just went in the shock, brain, body, the whole lot. And you were completely done in then. And it's just a terrible situation. Absolutely terrible. When you actually can't cope with life. That's what it comes down to. Listen, Dan, I had to beg my doctor for diazepam, but it works and stops hallucinations. We still feel rough. Yeah, it did work. We just got to be really positive about it. Steve, fighting the drink is like a game. Snakes and ladders, it is, yeah. You're right. Up and then back down again. But you've got to keep going up now. When you get a couple of years behind you, like we both did, didn't we? Me and the submariner both off 8, 9 years. Something else comes along, but it won't this time. It can't, because I'll be dead. I don't want to die. That's what it comes down to. We'll all suffer if we go back on the booze. And there are some people trying to get off, and we'll try and help you. And as I said before, there's a description. If you go in the description of the videos, there's a link there. I do want help, and you can get off it. If I can get off it, then Samara can get off it. Anybody can. Leslie had a liver transplant. Bless her. There's all these people with far worse or different problems than most of you have. But we've all got problems. That's why we're here, isn't it? We're not here for Johnny. Well, sometimes we have a bit of a laugh, but the underlying message is to get healthy and get happy again, because your health is your wealth, isn't it? Nothing worse than being ill, especially as a young person. Any age, being ill. Nobody wants to pass away at 55. Any age. Steve, yes, it is. You need to focus all the time. That's the thing. Yeah, you've got to be focused on it. You've got to be 100% committed to it, and you have to have a plan of action as well. If you've got no plan, you get nowhere. Somebody else question here. Oh yeah, lost productivity due to alcohol. How many days did you lose? How many promotions did you lose? How much did you lose out on your family's time and all this sort of thing? And how your health as well. It's taken a long time for me to build up health again, and I don't want to lose that either. You can't just stop and then suddenly think, "Well, I'm 100% again." It's going to take its toll on you. It's going to be, you cannot just say, "I've drunk 30 years, I'm going to be okay by Tuesday." It takes a lot of bottle, a lot of work, and it takes a lot of courage as well. Going for a smoke by sort of church incoming. Thanks, Late TV. There's some great people on here. We're all fucking good people. Andy Covey, I think I'm heading for insomnia again. Cannot believe I'm doing it again so many times. I'm stupid. You're not stupid, no. You're just the same as us. It's an addiction. It's really fucking hard, And it's good. That's why we need this live to talk about and find out. I thought I was the only person that was a twat with drink. until I actually got into hospital, and there's thousands of us. It's everywhere. It's absolutely everywhere. It's getting worse, especially in the UK, well, in America as well. Valium, I recognise now. Renton, used it. Train Spotting, right, they've got you. Good film, that wasn't it? Dan, I said to my sister next Wednesday, who left me because of it, but I said I'm not hurting anyone. He said you're hurting everyone that loves you. Yeah, it's very difficult, isn't it, to quantify all this. Why do we do it? The power. All I get from the doctors is the power of alcoholism. But I know why we do it. I think I know why we do it. Because we enjoyed it initially, and the years, months, whatever it is after, we're still chasing that high. Does that make sense? Still chasing the high. If you'd like to drop a coffee in, there's a link at the top, it's pinned at the top. Or if you feel free to drop a super chat in as well if you want. It all helps the channel to keep moving on, as I said. So yeah, we do it because we're chasing the feeling we got when we were 19. And it's not going to come back. Because when you get past that stage of heavy drinking, you get into alcoholism, then you drink just to try and feel as if you're alive, basically. Did the patients on the liver ward with you get many visits? Most for a lonely time. That's an interesting one. I had a few visitors, but I didn't want them. I think when you're in the liver ward, it's quite a somber place. A lot of people die in there. It's not like you're in there for a broken arm. It's a serious illness. There's not a lot of frivolity goes on in those wards. I mean, I saw people die who were in wards with me. It's just not like it's not a game, is it? So it's a good question. Did the patients on the ward with you get many visits? No, not really. To be honest, I didn't. Barely. I always go cold turkey, and I know it's dangerous and getting more dangerous for me to go cold turkey. But when I'm drinking more harder. Stop. But I won't be going cold turkey again because it's been bad. Yeah, you just try and taper. If you can taper off, it's good. I couldn't. I used to go back on it. It's crazy, isn't it? It's madness after all that time. Absolutely madness. Oh yeah, another one said, how about advertising? I think it's advertised too much, isn't it? But they'll never ban it because there's too much money in it. Someone, rest in peace, James Whale. He fought bladder cancer. 15 years. Is this James Whale? Is that the guy who used to do the night owls thing? Is that a different one? Is it, what does tapering off mean? Tapering off basically means, hi, Catherine. Is it you having a few issues? What does tapering off mean? It means, if like I try to do it, if I was drinking 10 pints a day, I'd have like 9 for a couple of days, and 8 for a couple of days, and 7 for a couple of days, and 6 for 5 days, and that sort of thing, Thanks, Catherine. Hope you're okay. It's nice to be back with all you good people. So, X-Late TV is asking, what does tapering off mean? Can you expand on that? Because as far as I'm aware, tapering off is just tapering off, coming off slowly, Is he broadcaster? He started off in Newcastle. That's him, yeah. How old was he then? Because he was on the radio when I was just a kid. He must be a hell of an age. James, well, he poured bladder cancer 15 years, but just not. Yeah. Yeah, alcohol causes so many problems later in life. That's another thing. If you can keep up, if you can stop it, it'll make you care easier. You won't have as many other comorbidities and issues when you get older. But alcohol and gambling is advertised everywhere. You don't see them advertising heroin. Exactly, yeah. Because you can't get it. I had to discuss with my partner this week. Bernadette A. up from Yorkshire, maybe. Steve Watson, 74. Was he? Okay. 70 odd. I thought he was older. He must have been not much older than me. I remember one of my friends at school tried to quit smoking by eating cold turkey. He took cold turkey literally. God. Just cutting down so that's it, yeah. Good evening, Debbie, how are you doing? Steve, did you have any health warnings? No, I didn't. I used to get Wellman yearly tests, but sometimes your liver can be damaged, but your blood test won't show that. Your blood test will be normal. So that's why it's called the silent killer. 74. Thanks for sub. Thankfully, smoking is not allowed in pubs. I wonder maybe the day come when alcohol is banned. I'm not sure about that one. Too much profit, isn't it? That friend is a police officer. Really, that's interesting, isn't it? A police officer. Not everyone drinks, so do they? My friend is going to try to quit smoking by eating cold turkey. Well, there you go. Probably ties the two things in. Daft's a brush at me. Alcoholism is not laughing matter, as Richard Burton said. Watch his interview. Okay, I'll have a look at that. Very interesting. I hope this is going better without the adverts. Like I said, if you want to drop a coffee in, it's pinned at the link. The link's pinned at the top. Or if you really benefiting from it, it's helping you, then please drop us a chat. Catherine, if you're having problems, then text me. I didn't see the comment because I've been away for a couple of days. I should get typed quicker. There you go, for Catherine. Other questions we're going to hear. Social media and alcohol trends. Well, social media for me seems to show that younger people are drinking less. However, I know some people at the big hospital in Newcastle, OVI, who said cirrhosis of the liver, which used to present maybe between the ages of 50 and 60, is presenting in the 30s and 40s sometimes, because people maybe aren't drinking as regularly in the pub, they're drinking stronger drinks. When I started out, when the Submariner started out, drinks were about 3.5%, 4%. Some of them are 8 now. I'm pretty happy about the smoking ban and me. Taking off fuel still go through withdrawal is still dangerous. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you can't just, if you're really dependent on it, you've got to really try your best to get something. But I couldn't get it. That's why I sort of self-medicated. In places like Spain and southern France, if they offer you a cigarette and you refuse, they ask if you're sick. Well, yeah, that's another thing. Cigarettes and alcohol, both bad, on it. Neither of them any good. They're all bad substances. Alcohol and different religious context. Alcohol and poverty cycles. Oh yeah, this is a good one for you. What about alcohol and social deprivation? I think it's a massive link. Apparently, there's more people drinking in the south of England than the north, or drink more or differently. But they have a much longer lifespan, so it's linked to deprivation. The death rate is linked to deprivation. But maybe the smoke as well. I don't know. Bad diet, less education on what's going on medically and all that sort of thing. But XTV, oh, thanks very much for that. XTV, another donation. Thank you so much. What made you finally stop drinking? Right, what made me stop drinking? There was a doctor came in to see me in 2019, and he said, there's two things. If you drink again, I'll guarantee you would die within 6 months. And the second thing was, my daughter visited me in hospital and said, I don't want you to die because I want you to walk me down the aisle, which brought me into, basically. Possibly, maybe, I don't know that. I've never felt so ill in all my life. And I memorised the feeling and thought about the feeling I had about being, thanks Beef and Chicken Friend, being so ill that I couldn't think straight. And I thought my life was gone. When you're to the point of death, you don't want to be there again. And my attitude on life has always been a bit cavalier, to be fair. Even though I was in the police, I was like, oh, just get on with it. I've been very easygoing with certain things. But when you get to the point of, I'm going to go for another operation or something's going to happen to me, or I'm getting obs done every 4 hours, and you feel like you're going to die, that's what stops you. If you can keep that thought in your head, everyone's got different reasons. I'll keep that thought in my head every day. I've got too much to lose. I've got a fantastic partner. I've got daughter's doing well. I've got a good life sober, and you can have a good life sober. Everybody who's sober on here or been sober will tell you sober's better than drinking. And you never see anybody who's sober regrets getting sober. That's the thing as well. You've got to focus on things. That's why you stop, because you want a better life for yourself and your family. If that makes sense. Answer the question. Any more questions? Just drop them in. Everybody's got any questions specifically, drop them in because other people can answer them, not just me, Monster, even Stephen, everyone, have you been over to Germany recently? Had to do a double take in Berlin, so a big glass is actually on the table. Half the place was gone. No, I haven't been to Germany for years, actually, about 12 years. I might pop over though, because my partner wants to do a little bit more Europe. In Croatia, alcohol is everywhere. You cannot avoid this social thing. Yeah, that's about it's available, isn't it? When me and Steve started drinking, age was delivered. Yeah, ale was delivered by horse, and arguments were settled with swords and pistols. I was thinking about the Sam Smith Brewery in central London, actually, because they did bring them down the Dre. Yeah, it's good. Somewhere there. The oldest swingers in town. The oldest swingers in town. Sober is better. There's no comparison. Timmy, good night for now. Speak soon, mate. Frank, sober, happy drug. Yeah, you've got to be happy sober. You will feel happy sober. You'll hate alcohol when you get sober. Yeah, thanks for that answer, Steve. I recently started AA and can't believe how healthy everyone looks. Right, okay, that's interesting. I didn't go long enough. I went twice and didn't do me any good. I think what happens is, not just with AA, but with this as well, and all the getting sober, because you can't drink, you do other things that are healthy habits. You learn to cook, you eat properly, you exercise, you look after yourself, all that sort of thing. That's really good for you. Twice done early night and a cup of tea for me. Good morning, Teddy. Tom, sorry. Have an early night. Nothing better than sleep. At this environmental stuff, all this environmental stuff going on these days, I would be surprised. I'd be surprised if we all started riding horses again. Well, that's an interesting thought, isn't it? I don't think the electric cars are much cop, do you? You know what I'm saying? I just don't. I kind of see them doing very well. Electric cars or driverless cars. That's another reason why more people are drinking. You don't have to drive your car. Right. Another question. There's a lot of questions coming. Oh yeah, what about this one? This guy said he feels a lot of stigma asking for help. Did you feel any stigma asking for help? Because I certainly did. It was frowned upon. Frowned upon. Peter went to AA meeting. Worst experience ever. Religious. Yeah, that's how I find it, Peter. Very religious thing. 12 steps, higher powers. No, I'm very scientific. I've seen people murdered. When I was in the police, I've seen many postmortems. Black and white for me. There's no higher power person, I don't think. If there is, he's very busy and he needs a lot of money. Because when you go to church, everyone puts money in the pot. So the AA thing, not for me. But I believe, or they tell you, that it's helped people. But I don't know how. Maybe it's because it's like this. It's a bit of a gathering, you see. Catherine said, I feel much better since I cut down big time. Eating much better and seeming better. That's good, Catherine. Good news. Round of applause for Catherine getting on the right trail. We've got to watch out for this relapse. We've got to watch out if we are tapering down a bit, that we don't taper up again. Because that's what happened to me. I tapered down. I went to stay with my daughter for a few weeks, a couple of months actually, years and years ago. Tapered down. Felt much better. Still drinking. Then when I got back home, I thought, oh, I'm fine now. Then I would just go back up again. It would be like start again. You know, that's the thing, isn't it? But I don't think most people on here have been right there to sort of the depths of nearly dying like I was. But you've got to realise that anything can happen to you with this alcohol. You can start drinking again after you've had a relapse, or something can happen in your life and you reach for the bottle. And, you know, after my father died, it was at the time for me going back on it. It could have done easy, but I didn't. And I'm so thankful I didn't. There's a couple of occasions years ago, I thought, let's have a drink. Have one, but there's no chance now. When you get sober confident, you change as a person, because it is a life-changing experience being sober. Because for years you've been drinking, haven't you? Sobriety works for some people, but totally agree. Just a question perhaps for all. Does anyone suffer from catastrophe? Yeah, I would just say that instead of that huge words, Manchester, I'd call it impending doom. Does anybody else suffer from impending doom? I had that massively impending doom. Horrible thing. Yeah, again, well done, Catherine, for getting putting stuff around. If anyone wants to leave a coffee donation, there's a link at the top, or feel free to drop a super chat in, which helps them go along. Yeah, what's that word? Catastrophe. I was going about being castrated. Catastrophication. What the fuck? Yes, impending doom. Impending doom was something I thought about. Every little letter that came through. God, the hell's that? I'm going to prison. You know, it was just mad, wasn't it? It's overthinking. Thanks to you, Jim. Well, thanks, cousin. Appreciate that. The impending doom was like everything is a massive problem. You overthink, you worry, overthink, you worry, overthink, you worry, and it just goes on and on and on. You have a drink, it calms you down for 10 seconds, and you overthink and worry about having a drink. It's just. My mother once said to me, if you didn't have something to worry about, you worry about not having anything to worry about. If that makes sense, we just worry about nothing. Overthinking is called now. That's a better term. There's no way for me to cut down. It's all or nothing for me. Nothing is better. Well, that was for me. Really. Can't just. I could try and taper down, but it never worked. That was it. You know, that's the problem, isn't it? Balancing personal freedom. You have no freedom when you drink. You're a prisoner. Thanks, Jesus. Thank you. There is no way for me to cut down. All or nothing. Fair enough. I can really think you should need medical intervention. Well, yeah, medical intervention for us all, if we can get it. Yeah. XTV. I've restarted my phone. It won't let me sort of chat. Oh, don't worry, XTV. You've done enough. If anybody wants to donate, as I said, there's a buy me coffee link at the top, or XTV's for some sort of chain, which is really good. Be happy. Evening. It's a fantastic name, isn't it? Be happy. Evening, everyone. Evening, Stephen. 318 days alcohol free. Best way to do it, one day at a time. Beef and chicken, worrying is praying for bad things to happen. It's a good point, yeah. 95% and more than that, what we worry about never comes true anyway. Does it? You've got to be, you know what you've got to do? You've got to go off the drink and enjoy your life. Because I had this conversation over the weekend. Life is very, very fragile. It goes so quickly. I was just over the we're looking over the balcony, and people of all ages walking by and think, "Great, I'm going to be their age soon. I've been their age. You know, I am their age," and it just goes like that, doesn't it? 1 minute you're 20, next minute you're 40. So the key to all of this is to get healthy. That's it. And the only way you can do that is to get off the booze. And somebody mentioned the AA people, maybe they did look healthy. We look healthy. The people on here will look healthy compared to the average drinker, because everything will improve. That's the reason we're here. Beef and chicken. Let's go looking at. Yeah, it is. Yeah, praying for a bad thing to happen. Anxiety is a terrible thing. Really bad. Manchester 99. That's a bit worrying as praying backwards it is. Betty Bass, I don't think that is the Catherine who's. Oh, sure, I've got two Catherines, two different ones. Right, okay, we'll find the Catherine who is. And we'll try and help her out there. I'll have a look through the comments as well. JSP supermarkets seem to have boxes of beer at their entrances. Why is this? Oh, it's incredible, Jez. It's Christmas, isn't it? Goodness me, yeah. In Christmas time, it's just mental. Absolutely mental. Absolutely crazy. But, there's more beer in there than food, isn't there? Absolutely crazy. It's just like, where's the food going? All the aisles are just full of beer, aren't they? That's another thing to think about. I know it's only August now. I don't say July. I'm just talking about how fast life goes. But July has gone already. We're into August now. August the 5th, and it's like, wow, incredible. Let's have a look, Jimmy. Box to beer. Christmas time madness. I don't. If one of you mistaken for someone else. Okay, Betty, my bad. Be happy. They call them lost runners, just to get people in the front door. Could be a lot like lost runners, lost leaders. I understand what you mean. Booze advertising is very clear. It is, man. Thanks, a lot of families fall out over Christmas because they don't Oh, of course they do. Loads of domestics. You know, it's like it's just the domestics happen, bang. I just think that we can't temper it. Once we're on it, we just can't stop it. That's the problem. That's the issue, isn't it? You've got to try and pull yourself together with this. And the only way you're going to do that is by focusing every day and not being drawn in. It's so easy when people say, fancy a pint, isn't it? Catherine Thompson, booze. Okay, we're trying to find Catherine Thompson. Booze advertising very clear. Well, Catherine, excellent. Sorry, Catherine. That's okay. A lot of families thought we have massive domestics. Leslie, I suffered terribly from impending doom. I did massively. The impending doom was so catastrophic for me. All that massive word that Manchester's put in. Are most people on here sober wanting to always daily but delaying? I think it's a mix. To be fair, refinery. We got a big mix. Leslie, impending doom is like a fear of fear. Yeah, it's like a double fear, isn't it? People notice you look healthier when you're quitting. Of course they do. Everyone says to me I look well now. I tried to forget it. Then I had my transplant. Yeah, that's the problem. Leslie, I tried to forget it. Then I had my transplant. Got back at reasonable health, and my husband has been diagnosed with cancer. Bloody hell, Leslie. I had a double whammy there. Double whammy. It's not good, is it? I just think we've got to think about this all the time. The life's precious. We need to look after ourselves. We need to look after everybody else because we haven't got another chance. I just think we need to, but as a group, we've just got to be so careful that none of us relapse, because sometimes it just worries me that, you know, I've done not myself, but other people, because I knew how easy it was for me, and people get a bit down and think, "Wow, we're just going to hit the ball again." You know? I just want us to be. I kind of think of how horrendous it would be to lose anybody. You know, when I started this group, and we're all mates on me. Impending doom, a terrible feeling. Stopping drinking sorts this out. It does. Yeah, the impending doom will go. Every time goes much quicker as you get older. I remember the school holidays lasting forever, and now it's and then July's just gone. I fell with my family over Christmas, but I couldn't say what I felt without being drunk, which I regret not saying what I really felt. So yeah, lots of domestics, like I said. Had I been still drinking, I couldn't have coped, but sobriety allows me to do it. That's the thing. Well done, Leslie. You've got to be strong, haven't you? You can't cope with anything when you're drinking. You know what I'm saying? I'll have a drink just to get rid of the withdrawal. I can't stand it anymore. Shame. See, that's where I was. This is why this is important to do this at night. This is where people need help, isn't it? And the encouragement at night. They have to be. XTV, oh, fantastic. Thanks very much for that donation. I really appreciate any donations come through, you know. XTV's put a couple in there. That's amazing. If you want to drop a link in the coffee thing, please do. The coffee link's pinned at the top, because I don't have any adverts on these, so we can talk and flow as well. This thing about having a drink so you can't stand the withdrawal, that was my problem. Because when it feels as if we need it to settle down the brain, you know, that's the issue, isn't it? And I just want everybody to if we get on the same page here, I can save a lot of people, you know. I mean, it can be really, really good. A good group of, a solid team. That's what you need, you know. Yeah, Leslie, it's a hell of a thing to deal with. I just think that you will deal with it. You will deal with it better. You cannot afford to drink again. None of us can afford to drink again. I just think that we need, as a group, to support each other. Hello, James. How are you doing? I just want us to be and prosper. Really, since I've come off the booze, I felt my life's different. I felt people treat me different, and I treat them differently. I've become a better person. I became very selfish in drinking, became very introvert, which is not good. And I just want us all to thrive in this, because when you're off the alcohol, and the Samana will tell you this as well, because he's an older guy like me, it makes you more confident, more able, more reliable, and I just think we can be better people. And I thought I'd be such a nice person. I know I was a decent bloke, but now I'm like, I would say I'm very helpful. I've got my way to help people, strangers. It makes a massive difference to me to have that ability to be able to say to somebody, I can give you a lift then. Instead of just thinking, God, I can't do anything for you because I've got to plan my life around the drinking, And it just becomes a complete and utter nightmare. I hated the fact I let my daughter down. I couldn't go to graduation. Let my parents down. I was going to family meals and I didn't turn up fresh. I turned up in a mess. It was a mess. And I used to book tables where I could walk around the other side of the bar and have a drink and all something. And it wasn't very good when I look back. All those years wasted. All those good, years in the prime of my life. 30s and 40s where I could have got more promotion and done better. Excellent to it. You got to think about that. What you got to think about is tomorrow's another day, and you can't turn the clock back and wind it up again. If you wind the clock up again, you're going to get a lot more out of it. I did the rattles after I left town in 2015, but that was the worst, horrendous. I feel for you so much. The fact that you here says a lot. You get there. You will. We'll all get there. It was nice to turn up at the ex-wife's house and pick my son up in a new car, dressed smart. That's cracking. That's what I did as well. Yeah. Big plans to be, and that's exactly what I did. When I got sober, I picked up my daughter, and then I bought myself an Audi TT, which I was later informed was a hairdresser's car, and I'm 6'3". Never mind. Ex-copper in an Audi TT. It was quite funny, really. Now I've got a little tiny SLK, which is also a hairdresser's car, but never mind. Only a couple of grand, but it looks good. This so spot on what the Submariner said there. Your ex-wife gives you loads of grief because you drink and you turn up smart as a dart for no drink. She's probably remarried some little twat. Anyway, that's another whole week of chat, isn't it? Dublin. Good evening. How are you doing, Dublin? Leslie, when you are sober, you realise you can connect and be helpful to others, and along with newfound confidence comes peace of mind. Yeah, I like that. Newfound confidence, peace of mind, clarity. It's incredible, isn't it? You've done so well, Leslie, honestly. Neil, the first 5 days was hard for me, sweating and no sleep. After 7, it was much better. It just showed that it's a weekend, isn't it? Yeah. Catherine asked too, Leslie. And you talk about, got so many questions. The more legal ones tonight, people have asked. What's the best way to stay sober? Most people are asking. Well, the best way to stay sober is just not to drink. Not pick that first drink. As Gascoigne said, even Paul Gascoigne said, don't pick up the first one, because that will kill you. I'll answer a few of these first. I have €6 more to donate. Don't worry about that. I'll ask a question in due course. How long more are you streaming for? I'll stay on. What time is it now? 10:30, 11. But depends on how many people need help, There's plenty of time. You have a negative. We'll stay on a bit longer. Actually, Tony. Definitely, Leslie, you have a negative aura about you when you drink. Yeah, you do. That's a good point. You're not positive here. No one used to speak to me. I'm not when I was drunk. Even when I used to drink. I used to think I was a funny bastard, but I wasn't. I was obviously a pain in the arse. Tracy, good evening. How are you doing? Jason Muller, do you ever have any issues with your little fella after? No, I don't actually. Isn't that weird? Not at all. Not at all. Because because I'm fit now. I go to the gym. And it makes a massive difference to your overall health, It's a good question, I don't know, from James. Erectile dysfunction and all that sort of thing. Because it doesn't... Everything... I think what happens, what I'm trying to say is everything in your life improves when you don't drink. Everything. Keep trying and keep believing, Catherine. You'll get through this. Definitely, 100%. I said earlier, if you want to drop a coffee link, the coffee, buy me coffee link is at the pin at the top. or if you feel the urge to drop a little super chat, please do. Yes, I haven't seen you for a while, Tracy. How are you doing? All right, what was I chat for? Yeah. Oh, there's another question coming about alcohol-free. Some people are against that, but I was aware when Portugal had this alcohol-free law. It was perfectly all right. I had no cravings to start drinking. I think for me, alcohol-free stuff has been quite a good substitute overall. It hasn't caused me any issues because it's been, I think, a habit with me. Long drink. I'm not worried about any buzz anymore. I'm past the buzzing, you know. You've got to close that chapter in your life. The buzzing. Can't go on the buzz. Guys in the pub were older than me in the 60s, right? I was saying, why don't you give it up? Just general chit chat. Antonian, oh, thanks for that donation. Really appreciate that. Thanks you so much. Well done, sir. Or lady. Oh, sir, it looks like. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, they'll say to me, do you not miss the buzz? Some fantastic names here, you know, Grantonian. Thank you for that. Another donation there. Well done. Well done to all of you for being here. They missed the buzz. What sort of buzz does a 63-year-old man want? I'm thinking better buzzes than sitting in the bar getting John Smith for £1.50. You know what I mean? This is a good one. I used to be frightened of heights until I met my partner. I went to the Eiffel Tower in March, proposed to her, and this weekend went in a big wheel. A big wheel. Now, I used to be worried about on them seesaws when I was a kid. I went in a big wheel, sober. Just shows you what you can do. Yes, I'm a hairdresser's car. A light blue, aqua blue, soft top Audi. I'm so tall, my head was sticking out the top of it. But it still looked good. How do you drink 10 cans of alcohol from 3 Guinness a day? I couldn't drink that much water. I could drink about 2 litres of water a day at the gym anyway. Maybe not 10, maybe 8. Depends if I'd eat, have a curry or something. I'll make myself a curry and drink loads with the alcohol free. I don't go to bed late, you know. My donation start to help you. You help people in need. You need money to help them. That's fantastic. Actually, TV. My donations are to help you, help people in need. You need money to help them. Thanks very much, sir. That's really good of you. Hi, 63. You 63 old as well? Must not mean Leslie. Hi, chat Leslie. Oops. Right, different Leslies. So yeah, drink is a massive. There are 2 Catherines who support this channel. There's loads of different names, isn't there? So there's 56 people on now at 10:07. I'm not monitoring these statistics, you know. I'm just sort of talking about because we've been 100. I don't know why I've got this 100 in my head. I think we've got 50 to 60 very regular people who will all help on here, as in chat, who all need this maybe, and it will grow in time, you know. It's very early days. This. Thanks, Beef and Chicken, for that. And you know, we'll grow in time. Right, this is another somebody asked about alcohol and mental health. Alcohol and mental health. My mental health. Evening, John. How are we doing? There's a few late people on here. It's good, isn't it? The later the better. I just think that this is the time I used to get depressed. I used to get back from the pub at 11 when I managed to get there, and I was thinking, what am I going to do now? Just sit and sip Stella all night. That's not good for you, is it? You know, sipping Stella all night. Oh, thank you, Debbie. That's really appreciated. Debbie's just bought a coffee there. I'm pleased I can help. I'm really pleased I can help you now because it's a fantastic thing to be able to help people. Again, thanks very much, Debbie. So if you want to drop a coffee link, coffee in, it's the link at the top. It's a wonderful bit. We'll get a message to say, a phone call. God, you've helped me because I'm nothing special. I've just managed to get off the drink, and I want to help you get off it, you know. And it's nice to have a little bit of help as well on the way to get some new equipment and stuff and keep things running along. Not offensive, but I think Catherine Thompson is legless if she's not on the stream. Yeah, I can't see people's second name in here though. That's the problem. But there might be in the comments. I'll have to check the comments. I didn't get on it much this weekend because I was away. Thanks again, Debbie, for the coffee. It's not about the number of viewers; it's about the quality. Yeah, that's a good point. It's not bad. Yeah, it is. It's the quality of people, isn't it? Now it's just subscribers on here. It's much better than leaving it open to everybody. The quality of information as well. I learn something every night of this. I think we all do, about different things, different ways of stopping them, different ways of coping with it. Because if you've been drinking for 30, 40 years, you can't just forget about it, can you? Now this is an interesting one. Oh, Joe, my cousin is bad and he won't talk. He's honest, but I'm worried for him. Got to act like best friends. Send him a link to the one-to-ones. So they're in the description of all the videos. Or if you want my number, I'll put a number here. Rain's lit by neon. What are your thoughts on Sober Start on YouTube? The man is living joke. Well, I said this is what I said, and I've only watched one little video. I thought it was a bit strange. He just popped out of nowhere. But I've heard a lot of people say he's genuine, so I don't really know what to think of him, what to make of him. Really. What do you think? Any thoughts on this Sober Start, Chappy? XD TV, I make donations to help people like Catherine Thompson because she needs it. Oh, thanks very much. I really appreciate that. And you're the man to do it. I appreciate that so much, man. Thank you. There's Bean and Clink as well. Right. So, Dermot, what a copy. Thanks so much, Dermot. I really appreciate that. Makes a big difference. A little donation, with big donations, isn't it? Here and there. Thanks, Dermot. Very, very much appreciated. Very much appreciated. Oh, yeah, I'm going to get back to this because it's good to have a lot of questions as well. But mental health, the anxiety was my main problem. Mental health side of it. The anxiety was terrible. To the point where I couldn't even answer the door. I couldn't even answer the phone. It became, it's a living hell, alcoholism, isn't it? I don't know how the best way to describe it is, really. I'm not as good at words, but the living hell was a torture being an alcoholic, not being able to function. Oh, your cousin. Oh, seriously, yeah. I can't stop hearing it with him. I know what's going on. God almighty. Cousins and Clink. I think, Neil, I think that's so started as this red guy. I don't know why people are talking about him. He must have made a big impact somewhere along the line. Jane Rilloff, if I offered you £1,000, would you drink one? Can I say, if you offered me 10 grand, £10 million, I wouldn't drink anything. No, seriously. No chance. Because I've got too many people to let down, and I wouldn't let them down. It's a good question. Good question. But it's stupid, really, isn't it? Yeah. But no, there's no way I would drink. Because basically, when it was drinking again, we're going to die, you know. That's the problem, isn't it? You've got to be sensible about it as well. Yeah, good man. No, I think that's what we've got to teach people. Don't drink. We've got to take this more seriously, the alcohol thing. I said before, get skin cancer, you don't go in the sun. Get totally drink. Stop drinking, then why go on the drink, and stuff, isn't it? So for 10 million, I wouldn't drink because I know it was going to kill me. They want to die, didn't they? But it's worth putting a question in, but when I'm thinking it. The thing is, it's best just to, once you're offered, be offered. And my issue was going back in it. And I was just trying to think why I did it, really. Because I didn't really have a craving. Most people think, I must have a drink. Mine was like, I'm going to go on a date. I'll just have one or two. So it's like, I feel quite good a day. I'll just go and have a drink with a meal. It was never like, I haven't had a pint for 3 days. Nothing like that. Everyone's different, A Normal Alcoholic is also a good channel. Oh, I've seen him. Yeah, he's quite good. He's quite a slow talker, isn't he? But he explains it quite well. He's been going a while, him. I think he was going to be a counsellor or something, isn't he? We go drinking for the company. A lot of people do, yeah. Go for the company. Dermot, I think boredom and loneliness are a problem for me. Did you find it an issue? Thanks, Dermot. Thanks for the coffee. Yes, boredom and loneliness, 100%. Because I didn't have something to fill my time in. And that's a very important thing. What I've said to people when they're going to stop drinking, or when they're planning on stopping drinking, is to have a plan of action. Have some, because you're going to find you have a lot of hours that you were drinking and recovering from drinks spare now. You're going to use that time to be more productive with your life. And that's a big thing as well. So yeah, boredom and loneliness, you've got to really twist it around a little. It's not easy, but you can do it. And think we're going to put 4 hours together to do something positive rather than going to boozer. But just take a bit of time. Stella's not as strong as it used to be. Right, it's only 4.6 hours. Interesting. Boredom, number one. Yeah. Did you have any subtle hints you were becoming ill before the medical results? I just was losing weight. I didn't feel well. I knew I was an alcoholic. I knew I was an alcoholic when I was in my 20s, to be fair. I just didn't want to admit it. It's not good. Most good counsellors on alcohol have suffered themselves. Yeah, they have, Frank. Yeah, definitely. 100%. Yes, I agree with the boredom. Boredom is massive. Joe Biscuit, hiya. That Rick guy is genuine, but still in a bit of a mess. Going round in circles he could do with your help, probably. Right, okay, I'll have a look at that. Extra TV, thanks very much. That's another donation of Extra TV. Incredible that. Another donation from Con. Thank you, Con. Much appreciated these, you have no idea how much to help. No idea. Thank you so much, Con, and Extra TV. Extra TV, please help Catherine Thompson off to bed. Okay, we'll try and get on to Catherine Thompson as soon as we can. I'll try and find her comments. Thanks again, Con, for that donation. That Rick guy is not ready to stop yet. The switch hasn't flipped in his head. So that's a good point. What you will, Con. True content. Thank you. Thanks, Beef and Chicken, for endorsing that. Leslie, I had several subtle hints. For one, falling my face and breaking my nose. Yeah, I think you've just taken the legs off that. Yeah, that's so true. The subtle hints for me were feeling terrible, being sick and things. We know the problem with alcoholism. We know we've got a problem, right? But we don't do anything about it. We don't do anything about it. We don't want to stop. And that's the issue, isn't it? So you get to the point where somebody says you're going to have to stop drinking, it's going to kill you. I'll just put the number up for this WhatsApp group. If you text this number, I'm going to put up here. It's to join the WhatsApp group as well, which would be good. I think, especially in the winter. All this is going to be good in the winter. People haven't got so much to do. So yeah, everyone, we all know we're drinking too much. We just don't want to stop. We don't want the party to stop. That's how we got in the mess to start with. If that makes sense. If you were to guess how many years you were an alcoholic before any healthy problems, 30. 30 is about the average thing, yeah. I think I was an alcoholic when I was very young, really, to be honest. But I could get fit, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. I think I was probably teenage problem drinking. Colin Griffin, thanks very much. I appreciate that, I really do. It's quid pro quo, and it's like I'll help you as much as I can. And the good thing is we've got a nice group here. We're helping each other, and it'll get better. We'll all be super healthy soon. We'll all be going to the gym, all be eating fresh seafood. Hell of a meal we had in Portugal. So expensive though, bloody hell. Seafood was nice, but crazy price. Rick stated in the video that he watches the live streams. Stay stronger. Oh, that's good. Hope he's watching here. I said I haven't had much to do, but when he saw a little bit, I hope he's all right. Joe said, yeah. Well, Rick, come on here and have a little chat if you want. It's very non-judgmental here, Joe X, oh, thanks so much. Are you off? There's another donation there. Thanks, Joe. Really appreciate that. A little note saying I'll be back. Good stuff. Well, we need all to come back every night, because the only way to do it, you achieve nothing in life unless you're consistent. Yes, Sub. He's got a channel. But I can't remember what it's called. Or it must be also called Sober Star, isn't it? Con, if you don't mind me asking, how did you ever use substances? Well, no, I never used anything. Never used anything. I had to try a bit of cannabis once, but because I didn't smoke, it didn't do anything for me. Con, it was just a drink. It just built up. XLC soon, yeah. A subset there. So yeah, there was nothing else that I took. Curious. I realised in my 20s I had an alcohol problem, though then it was just confined to the weekends. Now I'm in my early 50s. Yeah, it's interesting. We're all different, aren't we? All different. I was leaving Catherine Thompson. We're getting a bit mixed with these Catherines, aren't we? Yeah, that's it. Sober stuff. Range, but anyway, except more, don't waste your time watching this fake nonsense. I've heard that, Range. I'm not convinced about this Rick book. Maybe he is. I don't know. I tend to look after my own people on here, you know. Let him be on with it if he wants to do it. But it's a good talk point. Talk anything, can we? So be aware. Right, catch you later. And have a good one. Hope the boat's alright and the wind. Very windy when we landed today in Newcastle. Jesus Christ. You're doing a fab job, fella. I love supporting my addiction. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate that. Good night to sub again. At 20 years drunk, I really had enough. I am tired of it. Really am. Anti-Quebec. It was just anti-Quebec. If you go onto the link, there's a number, I put a number in there earlier. Go on the link in the description. There's a number for one-to-one support. A link, sorry, and a number. My number's there. Dave, I drink 7 bottles of vodka. Jesus Christ. That Dave, that's fucking mad. 7 bottles of vodka. How old are you, Dave? You need to get some medical help. Really do. That's fucking mad. I've never heard of anybody that drink that quantity. Like, when I knew a guy who drank 6 bottles of wine, but he got stomach cancer. Hello, Aidan. How are you doing? I'm very well. Yourself? Aidan, this is good news. Interesting one. David's 44 and he's drinking 7 bottles of vodka. I mean, how are you still alive, David? That's the thing. I'm going to put my number here. Where are you based? You do need to see the doctor before you meet. I'll put a number in though. If you're outside the UK, then put +44 down. That's the number I need to text. If anybody else wants to join the WhatsApp group as well, text that number. Yeah, Neil, it's a bit of a strange one. 7 bottles of vodka, unless them little ones. All right, better now. I'm off that alcohol. Well done, Aidan. Life's different, isn't it? 6 bottles of wine a day, yeah. I know somebody drank 6 bottles of wine a day, every day. Paul Goddard, hi Paul. Once you do manage to get sober, you feel there's not enough hours in the day. Isn't that strange? I find that now. I'm sober and I've been running around all weekend with my partner in Portugal. The day just goes, woof. If I'd been there drunk, I would have just been there drunk. It's horrendous. Yeah, it can't be 7 big bottles of vodka. Con, that's the kicker though. I haven't been drunk in years. Bottle of whiskey to feel half human. Yeah, that's it. I never drank. Sorry, I never got any pleasure out of drinking for the last 10 years of drinking. It was survival. You're in survival mode. And so this is good. And dare I say it's much better. Yeah, it's great being sober. I'm drunk now. Thought for a second, Catherine Thompson. I got you. Okay, see you later. Well, Neil, you'll be dead with the poison. I think that's, yeah, I agree. Leslie, off to bed. Good night, Leslie. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Same time, 9 o'clock. James, you might mean quarter maybe, yeah, I think so. You couldn't drink 770 sales. It's impossible. Yeah, Leslie, yeah, we'll be live at 9 o'clock. Or I'll be. Well, you will be, we'll be. All 60 of us or so. See you tomorrow. Antonio, what helps me is I had a bit of free online study, get a bike, do yoga, go get cooking. And the cooking. But yeah, plan it all before. You've got to have a plan. You must have a plan. Yeah, Leslie, I did wonder. But I knew it was, to be serious. You have to have a plan. If you haven't, piss poor. Is it some sort of forces thing, isn't it? Proper planning prevents piss poor performance. That's good, isn't Beef and chicken, 2:30 in the afternoon here. You're all in the future. So it's 2:30 Tuesday for you. Dermot Campbell, that's it. Proper planning prevents piss poor performance. Are you ex-military, Dermot? I think we said something like that in the police when I was in the Met. So you need to plan. So we're in the future, yeah. It's weird. I don't know. Can you tell me then? Oh, I can tell you what's going to win the 4:30 at Kempton. Then. Horse racing, good now. We'll all be millionaires. Let's take notes. 4:30. P. Con, cool your jets, James. Only come up. I said it's not drinking anymore. Survival. It is, mind. It's survival mode. So we're in. Before we go to bed, when is the next day? We'll do them all the time now, 9 o'clock. Until the next little break, until me and my partner disappear off the face of the earth. 9 o'clock tomorrow. What I'll do is I'll put a post up every day. Keep an eye. I'll do a short actually. That's better, isn't it? 9 o'clock. Maybe a little bit later. So actually, 9 o'clock's fine. That's when most people get pissed off for life, isn't it? It's going to be even mad. It'll be massive. It'll be crazy busy this in the winter. Trust me. Frank drinking in the morning was terrible. I was sick. I should have been in hospital. I used to do that, but the other thing, the problem with drinking in the morning is because we're alcoholics, when it's have one and leave it, we'll drink all day and all night. So you start early, then you keep going and going all day, don't you? That's the issue. Geo Biscuits, good night, mate. Catch you all tomorrow. I'll catch you tomorrow. Yeah, so 9 o'clock, if that's okay. Is that too late, X? What do you think? I think 9 o'clock seems to work all right. Yeah, I can. I said if you want to donate by buying a coffee, if you want to support the channel, please do. Or if you feel that you want to drop a super chat in, you can do that as well, if you like. Or alternatively. Right, cheers, X. It's 9 o'clock tomorrow. Aidan, especially because you don't see any reason to stop drinking. Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? You get into this rut. It becomes like, it's hard to describe. It ruined my life for years. But fortunately, I just managed to cut just by the skin of my teeth. David's 7-quarter bottles. It's still a lot, though. If you want someone to want support, there's a link in the description part of all the videos. Or you can text me on that number I put up earlier. I think maybe you should. Have you ever tried to stop? Because if you have, it can be dangerous, if you drink that much. You really speak to the doctor so you can get some help first, I think. How much would that be? 7-quarter bottles, just one and a bit, and it's still quite a lot of vodka, like, isn't it? I remember when I was dead into it, people would tell me it's better without alcohol, and I just couldn't believe them. True. Yeah, you want to believe that life's good, so do you? James Murrow would be rattle, yeah. When alcoholic oblivion, there is no such thing as day or night, it's eternity. Yeah, I like that one. Eternity of endless hell. It's a good title for a video. 1.5 litres. Oof, it's a lot of fucking vodka, isn't it? Yeah, you need to get the doctors, I think, Dave. To be fair, I think if you start drinking early, I would go home early, but I never do. That's the problem. 5,400 mils. Yeah, it's a lot of vodka. That's fucking hell. I never drank spirits, thankfully. I tried them, I couldn't get away with them. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? It's a lot of vodka. For a 44-year-old, for anybody. Curious Quiz, now I'm off to bed. Good night. Thanks, Curious. All the best to you. If anybody else wants to donate a coffee, please do. Or if you find these useful, or you're helping, or find them helpful, then just drop a little super chat in. It makes a massive difference to the channel and a bit of research we can do and stuff. I hope it's helping people. Because I miss, but I've got a partner with me, but while we're on holiday, but I do miss this interaction, because I've got a lot of energy. I think we're all a bit ADHD, on here. I want to talk about stuff, keep chatting on about it, because it's ruined a lot of things, See you later, Paul. Good night. Speak soon. It's been nice to have a bit of chat now. 55 people. I'm sure we'll get this 100 soon, because we're back on again. First night on, what day is it? Tuesday, isn't it? Wednesday, we get a few more. Con, do you think there's any chance I can go cold turkey from a bottle of whiskey plus a day? No, I think you should see somebody, Con. See if the doctor will give you something. Or maybe get their advice. I'll give you practical advice, but I wouldn't advise stopping cold turkey. No chance. Not much whiskey. I mean, I did with loads and loads of lagers, and I ended up having a seizure, so I wouldn't recommend it, to be honest. Thanks, John. Will you talk radio? Is that a LBC thing or something? I'd like to do that, especially at night. I'm good at night. It's my best time. I'm not an early morning person. Well, we were up early this morning at the airport, and I was actually knackered. Talk radio would be good. Do you think having high energy a problem? 100%, Dermot. Yeah, I've got massive high energy. I've always had. I was in at school. I was in the chess club, the rugby team, the football team, the table tennis team, the air training corps, archaeology thing, the YMCA. I played in the band. Used to go fishing. Crazy. Tea. That's good for you, isn't it? Nice cup of tea. High energy people. We're all high energy people. Yeah, but we're overthinkers as well. And anxiety is underestimated. And it's anxiety that keeps you a slave. Yeah, I agree. And that was my number one problem. Number one problem was anxiety. Cheers on. Never you fear sobriety because you have to face up to everything that's gone wrong and tackle problems without the drink. Yeah. B. O'Connor, 62 days sober day. You're welcome. Thanks for your honesty. I know I can do it. I can't do it alone, but needed to hear you say, "Oh, you can." We've got a lot of people on here. A lot of help on here, you know. A lot of fucking clever people here. I've definitely got high energy, and you can get restless on me. Even now, my partner says, "Oh, just sit down, up, down, up." That's what I say. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Fucking crazy. I'll keep saying the same things as well. And if you want to, if you would like to donate something to the channel, then you could always buy a coffee. Links at the top. Or if you feel the need, stick a super chat in. Doesn't have to be very much. Frank Foley, Stephen, did you ever watch the bill the police brought that? There was a copy called Tosh who drank. Oh yeah, I used to watch him. Yeah, well, I wasn't the Met, wasn't it? Yeah. Tosh Lyons. He was he a detective, wasn't it? Yeah. It's so dangerous, con because of seizures. It is. Yeah, you got to be careful. Yeah, I just found out that you are a Londoner. Oh, well, I'm not a Londoner, actually, from North East, but I lived in London for a long time when I was in the Met Police. I used to live there 4 years in Old Kent Road in Croydon when I was younger. Croatian, all right, yeah. I know Croydon, I know Old Kent Road. Because I used to live in South London initially. A friend in Croydon used to play golf at a place around there near Croydon. Yeah, the seizures aren't good, you know. Well, they're very dangerous. I wasn't aware, you know. I thought it was a reasonably intelligent person. Worldly wise now, I didn't know that. Got a bit of cheese there. Banana sweet. I didn't realise that if you stopped, you have a seizure. A lot of people don't. Yeah, congratulations, O'Connor. 62 days for O'Connor there. B. O'Connor. I mean, it's 2 months. Fantastic. I could have done 2 days. I've never had seizures as far as I know. Thanks, Paul. It's off the sub-manner. I think the seizure thing for me was a shock to the system because you just stop, you see. If your body's got alcohol in it, even just a small amount, and you stop it completely, you've got to think, what's happened to me? And that's why the seizure started, isn't it? Jane Willow, but I never stopped it, only started with maybe the reducing thing works, and it didn't with me, I have to say. It was very difficult, you know. I hope everyone's had a good night tonight. Can't have it go cold turkey, but makes sure you have some booze in the house, which also becomes unbearable. Yeah, I've just it was horrible for me. Taking a few days off work for me. That's good man. Yeah, I've heard James, but doing rehab detox and all it scares the shit out of me. I don't have the time either. I couldn't afford it. I couldn't get any rehab, you know, on the sort of NHS thing. You know, DT is supposed to be even worse. Oh, I've heard about DDs. Sounds fucking horrendous, right? Dan, I'd rather go through life sober knowing I'm an alcoholic than drunk convincing myself I'm not. I like that line. Dan said, I'd rather go through life sober knowing that I'm an alcoholic than drunk convincing myself I'm not. The amount of people that I know who justify the drinking, I don't drink as much as him. I've only had 5. I've only had 4. They're all alcoholics. The ones I used to know, and some of them are dead now. They've all died over the last 2 or 3 years. They all look 90 and I look 60, 50 even. So your age will, you look great and they look horrendous. There's all this to, if you're vain like me, it's good. You'll feel better. You'll look better. You'll be able to afford better clothes. You'll be able to go on holiday and you'll have a nice meal. You'll not just be chasing a bottle of beer around. You'll have a nice one with your nice man who'll look after you. And reliable. You'll be reliable. You'll feel good. You get on the plane. You don't feel sick. You don't feel panicky because there's a massive queue at security when you go through the airport. You think, oh, that's quite good. I don't care. And you watch the other drunk people, other people who've got drink problems, panic because I can spot them a mile off. When you're sober for a while, you can spot the heavy drinkers in Asda. Not just because what they've got in the trolley, just the way they act, their skin colour, all this sort of thing. I had DTs, worth withdrawals, horrendous. Well, that's the thing. You feel like you're dying, even if you just have withdrawals. Other DTs, I did. That was absolutely horrendous. Yeah, they look great too. What are DTs? They're called delirium tremors, where you hallucinate. I don't know that much about them, mind. Right, okay, Neil, I'll have a look into that. DTs. I've heard of them. I know a little bit, but I've never done I haven't done a video. I'll have a little look at that for tomorrow, or this week anyway. Because, hallucinations, you get hallucinations. People see spiders, pink elephants also. Seriously, they feel like they've got ants crawling across them. Saying really bad. Godmom, met the parents of my daughter's boyfriend for the first time tonight. They were kind enough to give me a bottle of red wine. Did not like this, not drunk alcohol over a decade. Well, there you go. Isn't it good though that you can just give it to somebody else? Didn't make I've noticed. But I'll tell you what, God, there. Years ago, you'd had a bottle of wine before you met them. David, my headmaster, used to beat me to a pulp, and weirdly, he'd pour a vodka for himself. Really, and that was your introduction to alcohol at 11. Bloody hell. Debbie, I've noticed that in some marks you can notice heavy drinker straight away. Yeah. Go on, skin crawling, etc. That's it, yeah. Is that when your brain tries to force or empty it when you're awake? Yeah, I'm not quite sure. Is this true, God, Martin? No, you'd have a bottle of wine before you met them because you had anxiety. So yeah, we need to do some research on these DTs. If anybody's had the DTs, give me some more information. That'd be handy. If you find these one-to-ones helpful, please feel free to drop a super chat in or buy me coffee links at the top there. It's pinned at the top. I'm getting quite good with this computer, For months I hadn't used it. My partner kept saying, use the computer. It's because technology wasn't really my forte. I couldn't even put a picture on a year ago or 14 months ago. The DTs we need to have a look at. It sounds fucking hideous. But when I had the seizures, what happened to me, I started to speak a little bit. I had the seizures. And when I came out of the seizures, hello, 69, how are you doing? Nice to see you. All good, all good. Are you okay? I had the seizures. I woke up after the seizure and I felt as right as rain. Weird, isn't it? Clear as a bell. Really weird. Really weird. Just before I had seizures, I had an overwhelming urge to stand up. Something bad was what happened. Yes, I used to keep standing up and then fall over. Fucking weird, isn't it? Bastard drink. So dangerous, isn't it? But this is the funny thing about it. Heroin is dangerous, cocaine is dangerous, but you can't just get it. You can't just go and get it at the supermarket. I mean, we were drinking in the pub at 15. The local policeman knew we were drinking in the pub at 15. You know what I mean? Because we didn't go any bother had a game of snooker or a game of pool or something. The coppers didn't care. They just didn't bother. They're just like, oh well, they're all like lads, and you know what I mean. The kind of lads would be all right. Next minute, they're 18. You're 18. You're drinking 10 pints, or you've done, you moved on working full time, and you're drinking 15 pints, and then you're fully in alcoholism. So it's like you're taking heroin at 15. People are like, what the fuck's going on here? But they don't care. I mean, a lot of people will give their children a drink when they're 14, 15, so, oh, try it for John, you have a shandy or a glass of cider. But really, it's encouraging alcoholism, isn't it? And would you do that with kids? Give them some cocaine because it's 16th birthday? You wouldn't, would you? Or 18? No chance. 18, have a big party. You can drink now. You wouldn't do that with heroin. It's the same as when doctors say, when you're on alcohol, you should moderate, cut down slowly. The heroin, they just tell you to stop, and then you give you the methadone to sort of calm down the withdrawals from other drugs, isn't it? But I've heard that withdrawals from alcohol are just as serious as anything else. Probably the worst withdrawals you get. That's another thing, isn't it? The worst withdrawals you get from alcohol, worse than heroin and cocaine. During a seizure, what happened with me with seizure? I think your brain just stops. It's a shock to the system, isn't it? Electrical pulses to your brain or something. It's a terrible thing to happen. Really bad. I'm not sure of the scientific side of it, but I just know that the seizure, I felt like I was going to faint. And I felt I couldn't talk properly. And like, whoa. It was slowed down. Then you wake up, I don't know how long I was out for. I had about 3 or 4 of them. You wake up and you feel really bright. It's bizarre. I was so reliant on drink. I had hide bottles of vodka in my pants and drink in my cousin's toilet. I came to a court show. We do crazy things. I'll have a look at the con. I'll have a look into more about the seizures. Hey, FP, how are you? R69. Robert Cracken, what do you think is the biggest risk to push someone to fall off the wagon? Boredom. Not making a plan. To be honest. That's what puts people up. A lot of people up. Boredom. Biggest risk to getting people to relapse. Right, the thing I get most mad at concerning my drinking is that in my 20s through to 40s I could have quite the minimal discomfort instead of plodding on my 50s. Yeah. It's very progressive, Robert. Same happened to me. Right, I feel like a bit of that too. James, I thought most alcoholics that have seizures don't even know they've had them. I knew mine were coming on. Yeah, definitely. Been checking, I became a day by day getting there. Good. Kind of had full out like seizures urinating. No, I never had the biting tongue thing. I just like had seizures. They're called alcoholic seizures or tonic-clonic seizures. That's on the medical report. My DTs were so bad I had people walking around my flat despite 4 deadbolts on the door. I was praying it would stop seeing demons. Jesus Christ. That sounds hideous, doesn't it? Absolutely horrendous, that like. I'm glad I didn't get that point. But made up saying I'm glad. I was at the point of dying. I wasn't too clever, was it? I was on death's door. So I wasn't doing particularly well. Wasn't good. Epileptic seizures on alcohol and just I'm sure there's a difference. Yeah, some man would know because he's been through the drink. Like, how do you get off it when your symptoms are that bad? Well, I had to get medical stuff. Eventually, well, my symptoms were so bad that I was taken to the hospital because I had all sorts of problems with the ascites fluid and liver was starting to turn cirrhotic. Well, that's cirrhosis of the liver. But you can get off it when you have seizures if you get benzos or what I had was initially diazepam to wean you off it, Diazepam's alcohol and tablets form really. Do I keep my internet connection is garbage? That's about it. I was on methadone for 4 years. 10 years clear of gear, and I genuinely know I'll never go back. I can't seem to beat the bottle. I've been working all my life so hard to be functional. Yes, it's hard doing a con. I had to start with all working when you're an alcoholic, it's full-time job. It's torture, isn't it? Trying to work through it. But how do you hide? How do you hide every beer? It's easy to hide. Just putting water bottles. I had to hide it just all over the place. Garage, cars, and all that. I had some in a hole in Epping Forest. Bottles of beer. I just put in rucksacks, any cases. We used to buy loads of socks and put bottles in socks so they wouldn't clank together. Really hard. Please don't think less. Nobody thinks less of anybody here. This is totally non-judgmental place. This, you see whatever you want. That's what I got it for. That's what I did it for. Because I had so many people. Really bad. Stephen, that photo from one of you used to videos. God love you, come for. Oh, thanks, FP. I was 9 stone. Oh, I had liver failure. I had spontaneous bacterial peritonitis, ascites fluid, horrendous. Did you replace the gear for the alcohol? A lot of people do that. Yeah, some people go from one. That's another question for Conrad, but some people go from one addiction to the other, don't they? It's not good at all. I hope you're enjoying these lives. We've been on nearly 2 hours now. It's not a problem. We'll start for a little bit longer. Please feel free to drop a super chat in or a coffee. There's a link at the top, which is pinned there. Yeah, it's no life alcohol. It's just fucking hell. The little bit of a good time you have when you're young is replaced by years of torture, in my opinion. Nothing is good. 9 stone, that's a long word. It took me a couple of years. I was in hospital, I was just eating. The only thing I could do with myself was eat. I used to feel sick, but I ate and ate and ate and ate. And then I asked for double rations, basically. It just got better and stronger, A miracle, really, just about. And the state I was in, I could post maybe a list of my symptoms. You won't believe what the list says. There's about 10 things. Alcohol-related liver disease, decompensated cirrhosis, all goes on and on. I beg to differ. I have had epileptic seizures in hospital. My symptoms were just like epileptic fits. I was even diagnosed with anticonvulsants. Jesus, what a hell of a time tomorrow, haven't you? Terrible. Dennis, how are we doing? Let's see you. Aidan, Stephen, you said you barely had an appetite when you were drinking. I didn't eat anything. Lose because you're just eating drinks, empty calories, you see. And you don't fancy eating. I was being sick. If I try to eat, I'll be sick. Just regurgitate it all. Don't think anyone thinks less of you here. No, holier than thou's here. Good point, Robert. Yeah, we're all just in the same boat. Yeah, bailing out at different pace. All anybody wants to do here is to be happy and healthy, or healthy and happy, whatever way around it is. That's what we all want in our life, isn't it? Because drink has taken us down the wrong road, and a lot of us has taken us down the road just to the point of death. And everybody in here will know somebody's died because of alcohol. Everybody will know somebody. And it's not something to be taken lightly, is it? It's a massive fun killer. And not just that, it disables people. Half these guys on mobility scooters outside Witherspoons, their life's over at 40. All because of drink. It's great that you got off the game. I don't think there's the only thing I wanted to do when I had 10 beers was eat a dinosaur. Yeah, that's the early stages. When you get to the point where you're an alcoholic, complete alcoholic, you won't eat. It's bad. I drank heavily before heroin and went back to after. I didn't do anything. I was so ill with alcohol, I couldn't believe it. But during COVID, what happened during COVID, the doctors were walking away from me. 69, I'm starting to eat a bit better. That's good. You've got to eat. That's one of the main things you can do. You've got to eat. You've got to get the nutrients in you. So what happens, the reason that people look better when they're sober is they sort of overcompensate. And I eat really healthy, eat fish, eat meat, salads, fruit, yogurt. Not just rubbish, And the 5 lads I went to school with died. There you go, Frank. Frank said that 5 people dead. Probably under 60. One of the main things is I've often noticed with people is heart attacks and strokes and suicides. A lot of suicides. Alcohol withdrawal can give you seizures, which are exactly the same as epileptic fits, full mouth seizures. Yeah, alcohol will just fucking ruin your life, basically. In layman's terms, it'll just kill you off. My mother said, alcoholics rarely lives to 50. See, people rarely live to 60. Between 50 and 60 is the maximum. That's about the maximum live. Full-blown problem drinkers. I've got an uncle who's 85, goes all over the world. A younger wife, who's fine. Grandma, yeah, that's right. Yeah, could be right. Grandma seizures. I think mine was called tonic seizures. What don't know what the difference is, really. But it wasn't a good place to be, I know that. So I think we'll wrap it up for tonight. So it's 10 to 11. Almost 11 o'clock. Or 10 to 11. It's amazing how much better things get when you have sober weeks. They start to compound on you better. Yeah. Much healthier behaviour. You're a better person. You're more reliable. You're more confident. You look better. Your intake of food's better. Your digestive system better. You feel like you do a bit more self-care. Your whole outlook on life will improve. You not feel as drained. All that sort of thing. You'll feel much better. Right. Let's say good night. So we'll be on 9 o'clock. Fancy that tomorrow? Everybody, same time, same place. Right, but we'll say good night, and good night, Catherine. Good night, Dan. And thanks for helping other people. You helped me as well. And anybody who can donate a little bit of a coffee or a super chat helps the channel to keep buoyant as well. See you later, Robert and Debbie and Dermot, Antonian, and great chat. Thanks very much. Beef and chicken. See you later. It's Jane Monroe night. It's like a good sober group, isn't it? I think saying goodbye to the pub really without any nonsense or having spent any money. Thanks, Stephen, everyone here. Con, cheers, Ron. Have we got any questions overnight, or get yourself on the WhatsApp group maybe? Because there'll be people around down that soon. It's just starting off. So we could just listen to you all. Thanks, FP. We'll get some more. If we get a few questions together for tomorrow, because every day we need to talk about this, because every day is danger day, isn't it? Thanks, Sub. All the best. And Cotton Eye Joe, nice to see you again. We've got a good number we've got some good people there now. Really genuine people. And nice to see. Good night, Marilyn. Good night, John Boy. I've never seen that. I'm glad I haven't seen it. It sounds like a load of bollocks to me. The Waltons. But it sounds quite funny. Right, catch you all later. And the Waltons, I know. We'll have to get a better one than that. Get a more up-to-date thing. There's something a bit more like Monty Pythonist. A bit more surreal, you know what I mean? Bless you all, my sons or something. Become more religious like the A. We could call it ABC, couldn't we? AAB, like A taxis. I just call it AAA. Right, I'll leave it at 100%. And I'm getting better at this. I know that funny little thing. And congratulations. Right, we'll see you soon. Take care, and thanks to everybody. Everybody's chatted, everybody's donated, and everybody for being here. Top team. See you soon.